Saturday morning, everybody. This is Grace, and I'm going on my way home. You see that South Fork Animal Clinic over there. Anyway, I don't know about this road right here. From here on, it's kind of like messy. But anyway, today I'm thinking about assertiveness and aggressiveness and passiveness. Passiveness? Yeah. But when you are assertive, you're not being, like a bully and being aggressive. And you're not being passive with people. You're not letting them just run all over you the way whatever they want. To give an example of being assertive, I was just in a store, in a little convenience, not little, it's actually a big convenience store, has gas pumps and everything. But I was inside the store. And I walked up to the counter, and I was the only person walking up to the counter at the time. And that's unusual. But it's a big store, and the two people that were standing behind the cash register, the cashiers, they saw me walk up, but they were talking to one another. One of them was training the other on what you do with boxes when it's delivered and stuff. And they saw me walk up, and they continued talking to one another about this stuff. They did not get to the register to check me out, check my items out, nothing like that. So I was assertive, not aggressive. I didn't yell at them or something like that, but I said, who is open? Whose lane is open? Because I couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell. And they still, they didn't want to acknowledge me, and so I ordered whatever I needed. And then it was a male and a female. They were younger. And then one of the male, he called, he should be paying attention to me, but she just kept talking like she was, she was probably, someone who was training him, but she must have thought she was something, above any customer. And this is the second time. Yesterday, the same kind of thing happened. Not the same kind of thing, but that of people who were working in a store thinking they were more important than the customer. And I went to a different store, and it was to buy groceries this other time. And I was at the yogurt part looking at the yogurt because there's a certain kind I like, and I couldn't find them. They move them around all the time. And I was looking at one particular section, and a guy was reordering using one of those little machines, those digital machines. And he was not close to me, but he came closer and closer and closer as he was reordering. Okay, and then he got to the point where it was inappropriate that he was so close to me to reorder when I was the customer. I should not have felt like I was being pushed out of there. And that store does actually, I've had a complaint before that the vendors or the people who are reordering, the people who worked there, often seemed like they would do things like that, like you're in their way. They are the people who are stocking shelves, ordering stuff, cashiers, whatever. You're in their way, okay? And I've complained about it, and the manager that I complained to, I called on the phone. He said, well, I wouldn't have known that if you hadn't told me. Well, why aren't you the manager out there checking out the vendors, You should have known that. And, but it's an issue at that store. I don't see it at every store. I don't see it everywhere I go. So don't think that, it's not something I always see, but that one store, yeah. And that's because this area that I live in, people are known to have, they have a reputation of having a high sense of entitlement. Okay, now the one thing I have learned through life, but also especially, I'd say, more living in that area, the area I live in, and dealing with people who have that sense of high sense of entitlement so often, is to become more assertive. Not aggressive, but assertive. With my crazy neighbor, that's questionable. That was just, this whole situation is just too scary. So, we all know we're all adults. Anybody watching this should be an adult, and I'm not a healthcare professional or provider. But we all know that there are situations, just living can be dangerous, But we all know that there are certain situations, like my crazy neighbor, that I am going to avoid being assertive around that person because she's crazy, flat out crazy. That whole narcissistic, toxic type person, and I'm not putting myself in jeopardy, that kind of thing. But I still assert myself in some ways of just going out instead of bowing to what she thinks is apparently nobody's supposed to be there. You know what I mean by that? It seems like she thinks that she owns the whole neighborhood when she doesn't. People own their own houses. But yeah, she is that. Oh boy, you all heard about that. Anyway, but other things, assertiveness, yes. Whenever that happened at the grocery store yesterday, I did go up to when I went to the register, the first thing is a woman ran in front of me to get in line, and I misunderstood it. It was already irritating me because there had so many vendors in the store during the day. Why can't they do it another time? I don't know. And there was another woman who was in the store, a customer, and she was complaining about it, you know, grumbling as she walked around me and all the other stuff, and I had to walk around her and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, but anyway, I complained at the register when I got, and the register person, the cashier, called the manager or the customer service. The customer service came out and she said, he'll do something about this. And I was thinking, yeah, right. He went right back to his customer service, and I didn't see him do anything. And now the good thing about that is I don't have to go back to that store. There are plenty of other ones I can go to, and I have actually done that. There was one store, it was just really bad. They would always only have one cashier and lots of customers, but one cashier. Yeah. So I banned it. I stopped. I said, I'm not going there, you know, and I don't go there. And that's the option we have. Like, if you don't like the videos that you watch, you know, people, what they say, you can click on out of there. You can click on out of here. So because you have that choice. That's being assertive. You don't feel like you want to see that, so you don't see that. Okay, that's not being aggressive where you tell the person, you know, you're a troll, you know, kind of attitude, and you tell the person you're all wrong and you're all this and you should do that, and like you are the boss, because you're not. But anyway, that's enough for now. Oh my goodness, look at this. There is one of those people on their bicycles going to go down this one lane road. Yep. Oh great. Talk to y'all later. Bye.